Thank you for tuning in to Billionaires Club 101. Today's topic is a flashback to history. I'm going to cover the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which abolished slavery and involuntary servitude except as punishment for a crime. In Congress, it was passed by the Senate on April 8, 1864, and by the House on January 31st, 1865. The amendment was ratified by the required number of states on December 6, 1865. On December 18, 1865, Secretary of State William H. Seward proclaimed its adoption. It was the first of the Reconstruction Amendment adopted following the American Civil War. Since the American Revolution, states had divided into states that allowed or states that prohibited slavery. Slavery was implicitly permitted in the original Constitution through provisions such as Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, commonly known as the Three-Fifths Compromise, which details how each slave's population would be factored into the population accounts for the purpose of appointing states. So the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, and then it was imposed on something called the Black Codes. The Black Codes were laws passed by Southern states in 1865, as soon after we get freed in 1865 and 1866 in the United States after the American Civil War, with the intent and the effect of restricting African Americans' freedom and of compelling them to work in labor economy based on low wages or debt. Black codes were part of a larger pattern of Southern whites who were trying to suppress the new freedom of emancipated African American slaves. The freedom. Black codes were essentially replacement for slave codes in those states, but before the war in the states that prohibited slavery. Some black codes were also enacted. Northern states such as Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and New York enacted black codes to discourage free blacks from residing in those states and denying them equal rights. Denying them equal rights. Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, New York enacted black codes to deny them equal rights, including right to vote, the right to public education, and the right to equal treatment under the law. Some of these northern black codes were repealed around the same time that the Civil War ended and slavery was abolished. Um, this was just one of those things that kept blacks down. Here's a picture of slaves on a plantation. These are escaped slaves. 1862, the headquarters of General Lafayette. This is 4 generations of slaves in 1862. These are some abolished slave states. One of the things about today's time, certain people don't know the history of the United States, and they are unaware of what went on in regards of slavery. But if you do your history fact checking, you'll understand that just certain things were not so fair for blacks, right? These are slaves for sale, right? Thanks for tuning in to Billionaire Club 101. Have a good day.